Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're all having a fantastic, if not slightly above average Monday. But we're here to play some more Danganronpa today, and I'm very excited to get going because I'll be honest, I have a lot of motivation to finish Danganronpa because I have another game that I really want to play, and my brain keeps thinking about it.
Wait, what's the game?
Oh, I've been thinking about that I've been wanting to play Final Fantasy finally.
Finally Fantasy.
Yeah, well, we started trying to play Final Fantasy like ages ago, right? And I never finished it because I got distracted. Other games came out, Persona came out, and I was like, we're gonna play this, that, and the other. I never even finished Persona, but I really, really want to play a Final Fantasy game now. I was already itching to play it before. Because I was like interested in the story. I want to know what happens to these characters that I've seen a lot of and I really care about. And then it finally hit me where I was like, now that I have a Magic the Gathering set that came out about Final Fantasy, my brain has been so hyper fixated on these cards in the set, and I'm like, I want to know who these characters are. I care about these characters now. And I was so against Final Fantasy for Magic the Gathering initially. I was like, no, I think this is dumb. It's ruining my, like, why not just make more Magic the Gathering since you have such good characters and lore already in Magic? You don't need to go to the other franchises. But now I'm a sucker because I also care about this franchise. And I'm like, well, now I want to actually play Magic the Gathering with Final Fantasy cards. And I like having the splash of Final Fantasy cards in decks that I've already designed. That were missing something here or there. Because I think there's like an aspect of these characters that I do care about that I'm like, yes, I really want to know these characters, and I think I'm excited to look into who these characters are as I play these games. I'm definitely going to be starting with the 7 Remake because I've never played any Final Fantasy game, and that's the one I own, so I'm going to be starting there. But there's definitely a strong interest already in jumping over to potentially doing maybe 10 or one of the other games. I don't actually know a lot about Final Fantasy. The biggest hang up I have had with them was that like it just takes so long to beat one of these games. And I am desperate. So I'm desperate for time. So we're gonna try to get through this because I love Danganronpa, and I'm not trying to like rush it. I've already beaten this game. That's the only thing. So I actually do know a little bit, and I can like finagle my way through this game. And I also really want to finish this game because I forgot so much. I remember the first trial, but I remember nothing from this trial. And that's kind of telling as to how much I have remember about the rest of the game. I remember big bulk decisions, but I don't remember a lot of the things that happen in the game. I do remember who all the Blackens are, but I don't remember much else besides that. So it's gonna be tricky to try to figure out what the heck I'm doing. That being said, I want to get right into it.
Yeah.
I did peek into my save, make sure everything's working properly, and it is fantastic. But I'm very excited to get going, and we're gonna jump right into the chaos right away. Let's talk to Mondo. Dude had a real complex about being weak. Your Chihiro talked about it, right? I need to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But she really need to get stronger that badly? I already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't all that strong. I don't know, man. Haven't really thought about that stuff. The cause of Chihiro's complex. Can't help but wonder what it might be. Let's look at, I guess, the big bloody dumbbell on the ground. The Monica Misao's bloated head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean that the dumbbell was actually the murder weapon? I don't imagine it could have been anything else. What, there's blood on here. Oh, okay, I was like, thinking maybe that would be relevant, but nope. What's the meaning behind it? Bloodlust. Okay. Oh, there is blood on the floor. I can click on. Glad I didn't see that. Let's click on this monitor real fast. Anything relevant here? Nope. I guess I'll start with the blood stain. Because might as well start at the bottom. Boom, 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 boom.
My kitty's staring at me, so cute.
Hey, As. It's going pretty good. I was just gushing about my new growing interest in learning about Final Fantasy games, which I know you had a vested interest in. So I was just saying that I want to start playing Final Fantasy VII Remake again, which will probably be happening as soon as I beat Danganronpa here. And then we'll find time to, because I do have a lot more time, and it's the summer coming up. I don't know how my schedule's going to look in the summer right now, but theoretically I could just stream 4 days a week again and do Danganronpa, which should be done this month, and then start Final Fantasy, and then do Danganronpa 2, and then Cozy Games on Thursday, and then do Sundays with Witty, playing more Dragon Age. You played 7, 8, 10, 14, and Crisis Core. I've been recommended heavily that 10 is fantastic. I've mostly been gushing about the fact that the Final Fantasy set for Magic the Gathering, which I was so against initially, made me a sucker, and now I'm like invested in these cards, and I care about these characters more. So, I want to know more about these characters that I've started to fall in love with in just their card form alone. I will love 10. Fuck. Okay, so I'll probably will have to do 10 after 7. Then riddle me this, Batman. Because Final Fantasy 7 and 10, these are like long games, right? Is it worth like should I? Is it like something I should stream, or should I just sit down and just record and then cut out all the junk between and just do plot? I will love Blitzball, but it'll take a good bit to get used to the mechanics of the game. Okay. Brush Blitz in the carpet. Let's talk to Sakura. Let's go inside Trigger's death. Why is she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else than carried here. She is very light, that is true. Wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still. I still think she came in here on her own, by choice. What makes you say that? She'd been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise. But according to Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really been exercising that late? Hina or myself, you were usually in the locker room during that day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it. Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. Instead, she came to exercise in the middle of the night. Perhaps. But it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She wanted to start exercising, but specifically you mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needs support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret? But that she would have to come with someone else. Possibility, I think. Now I believe it's time for us to move on. Huh? Already? What? New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. That's true, but if you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. Okay, bye! I didn't even click on Chihiro yet. So this is our next location, huh? The place is related to the investigation? Figure it out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't. Right. Right, spent plenty of time checking the crime scene. There are plenty of other things left to check here. I didn't click on Chihiro yet. I didn't get to, like, be sad. I don't think it's related to what happened to Chihiro. You're meant to work with our handbooks, right? What? You have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that. So you can break it up with swapping between the two, because they're wildly different from each other. Or do 7 one day and then 10 another, and more chill after that. That way you don't get too bogged down. That's true. I'm tempted to do 7 first, then worry about 10 later. But I guess my question is more like, with how much there is to the game. I mean, I know, like, with Persona 3, there was a lot of grinding, and that was not necessarily fun to do in stream. If I just, like, sat and did grinding off stream, that would probably be better. But like, how much grinding is in Final Fantasy VII Remake, and how much do I have to actually just like sit down and just play plot? Because I know with Witcher, like that took 2 years to finish. So it's like, is Final Fantasy just gonna be another like 2-year like, let's beat this game kind of deal? He said then sharply clapped his hands together. You called for me? Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure, what's up? Well, it's just about this card reader.
Yep.
Yep, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your handbooks. Some good grinding when you get out of Midgard. I didn't even know you could leave Midgard. Okay. You can only enter the locker room with corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. Is it possible for 2 people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct? If there was some sort of erotic terrorist in the prowl. The ceiling mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct?
Of course.
Correctly correct. So then that means only girls can go in the girls' locker room and only boys can go in the boys' locker room. In other words, Jiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means I can see right through you. See right through me? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Jiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there.
So in other
As such, the
words,
killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
such
Good lord, you're simple. But am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Tagami family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in in the regulations. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore, they're things. Get it? Got it? Good. Some locations in the game outside of Midgard, there's mini bosses and other stuff that you definitely should level up for. Okay. So I probably Okay. So I probably will want to start streaming it for sure. And if I need to record some stuff after I do some grinding and stuff, we'll do that later on. But like the first chunk of like space is very clear, like going to be all very plot heavy and doing all that stuff. Okay. I mean, worst case, a little bit of grinding on camera is not the end of the world, but I should avoid it for the bulk of it, honestly. Got it. Okay. You're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means that someone would have to loan it. So, so sleepy. Just listening makes me want to pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together. Or else I'll charge you with the criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest of your own damn self.
that's fine.
Well, I know you are unfortunately lacking mental faculties, so I'll fill it in for you for myself. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. Okay. I don't remember anything. So what are we looking for here? Did me have to figure it out myself? Something inside. It's an e-handbook. Wait, to see them, but what are they doing here? So I found them. Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then these handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka. You can go ahead and confirm it for yourself. Everything in the first half being in Midgard is pretty straightforward. I played up to the leaving point because I have a PS4 and that's as far as it goes. Okay. I gotta get PS5 to get the rest of the game. That's so stupid. They released the first half of the game for PS4, but the second half for PS5. I mean, I get maybe logistically if there's like a mechanical reason why, but like, that blows. Oh, that's so annoying. Well, I guess y'all can hold my hand through the first half of the game, and then when we get to the second half, I'm gonna have a little bit more trouble. But at least you'll be able to experience it at to some degree. Oh. It was one to promote the other. That's stupid. Fucking peace, PlayStation. Okay, so it's Sayaka's handbook. Now you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. I feel like I'm starting to get it. You should pay close to the regulations. The answer's been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited, but borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. Ah, so if I wanted to sneak it to the guys or the girls, I would have to borrow a handbook of the opposite gender. Got it. Okay.
What?
Hold on a second. What's wrong?
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up. The other one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
It would make sense, yes. Oh. I don't remember anything. Okay. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs. Right. The cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during the kind of assault. Hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey! Hey! What? The e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily, but it did. If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure and is waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. Oh, but even my amazing handbook does have one weak single weak point. It does? But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more of the handbooks. Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what his weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what I think? I think this handbook isn't actually broken. But you might ask, how could that be? Huh. Monica said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. Either way, something about it still bothers me. Broken e-handbook. Okay, then this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's get our investigation earnest and track down the true culprit. We need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite? What the fuck do you want now? What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Certainly I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely. I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Then you truly believe Genocide Jack is the one who killed Chihiro? Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. The murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right? There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people, but it's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be the demented psychotic killer like that? You're not wrong to wonder. But words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I can show you. Boys, just keep talking. What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be... Oh.
Don't make me repeat.
Okay. What was I gonna say? While I have you as well. I guess then, logically, the Final Fantasy game that I have, which is 7 Remake, I think? Yeah, 7 Remake Intergrade. That game covers everything on Midgard, I assume, right? And then anything else that happens after that, where you said it gets grindy, quote-unquote, is, like, not this game. So I could safely stream this chunk of the game without too much fear, I assume. I'm assuming Rebirth is the part of the game that is like beyond just the city, where it's like, more plot and higher level stuff. I mean, just in the screenshots alone, you could see open world. I'm like, great, I'm gonna get lost. But hey, it should be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Maybe. Is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Does something like that really exist? Hey, you two! Big trouble, we need your help.
I don't have
We're busy, leave us alone. But it's an emergency. Emergency! Come on, please. You gotta help me. Okay, where are we going? It's a serious emergency. Please, please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina? But it's an emergency! I gotta go check mine on the PS4. Remember a lot of OG7 like I do the Kingdom Hearts series. So I can help with a fair portion of it. Yes! I wasn't reading. So we go with Toko. She's acting super strange. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be relying on you and Zatara for all the help in 7. Because I want to find out what happens to my boy Cloud. You guys know how much I love him in Sephiroth and Smash Bros. And my brain is like the 5 minutes of Tifa I played in 7 Remake I really enjoyed. So I want to know what happens to these characters I care about. What should we do, Byakuya? Since it's Toko, I must admit I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure? Don't make me repeat myself. Oh my god. I hate him so much. I didn't expect. I thought for sure you'd just say no and that'd be the end of it. Okay, come on, hurry. Wait for us, Hina.
Let's go.
Looks like she's headed to the dorms, to Toko's room, most likely. You're right. Bet? Yes, I need it. Thank you. Okay. You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So, what's this emergency? Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in a room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, see how she's doing, but we did. It was weird. She refused to come out and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff?
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. I forgot I can walk. I'm like, why can't I click on it? Oh, she is shaking. Holy crap.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that Hina was really worried about you pulling yourself up in your room.
I forgot this section was fully voice acted.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But could you open up just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
Won't let Genocide Jack have control.
Huh? What was that? Come again? She's been acting like that the whole time when I let her hang a little while ago. To drive out the killer, to drive out the murderous fiend. Doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. I feel like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door. Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the Shinoka Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared? Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Hey, asshole! You think you could ask her to come out of her room? I mean,
That's fine.
sure, whatever. Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice if you want to. Now begin down and press the doorbell. After a few moments,
What do you want?
leave me alone. You're all so annoying. Ah, Bakula. Hi, Cutie Kiki. Welcome. It's Byakuya. I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise, but don't worry, never again. I won't let Jesse Jack have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on! Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
What?
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh yeah, yep, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her, I guess.
Let's go.
Let's go. And he's gone. I hate Byakuya so much. There's a reason I called him Kaiba the first time I played this game. He just said Kaiba all over again. Didn't even look back, let alone say anything when I tried to talk to him. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought up to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? Let's go in. You finally let me have access to this goddamn back room? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here?
Let's go.
It all makes sense once you're inside. Finally, you let me in. Okay. There's something I need to click on in this room to get a thingy-mabobber. Danganronpa. This is the thing I need. The lamp. And so much dust too.
The lid.
The lid. The lid. I said the lid. But that's enough in this place to endure the dust. Okay, there is a lamp. Hello. Oh yeah, it's the same one that Byakuya used in the library before. Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, but I moved it over here. It's over there. It's too dark over here, so I put it to good use. Mana coin. Okay, what can I click on? Wooden box, it's empty. Although judging by the smudges and the dust, it looks like there was something inside of it. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful when I was in the library. Oh, for the lamp. Makes sense. There's a camera in my top left. Bookshelves! What's in all these things? Documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. Oh. Okay. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No, I mean those with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There's some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. Okay, number 2. I picked one at random. Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file, huh? That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in peeking at it. Without making a sound, return the file to the shelf. So I'm not allowed to click on shit, apparently. Yeah, this man is literally talking about the Illuminati and stuff. But I guess I have to talk to him. What do you mean? There's a ton of thick files stuffed in the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos of all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for the police's eyes only. They're not only the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh? So you're finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library. The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here. It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right? That's your guys' problem. And it doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. Well, it's not that. It's just, it's not like I'm totally refused to believe it, but, I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put this all together? I suppose it could show just how much power Hope's Peak truly wields, or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted us to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible. What do you mean usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple, those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what do you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? What makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here were genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there's no doubt. Wait. You said you've read all these documents more than once? But all this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. One ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Chigami family have access to all variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible? I already told you, there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world, backwards and forwards. So whenever I have the time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim that without a doubt that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interested me was the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine, ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
This is a complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second, so the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood, and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same way what happened to Chiro. Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about the particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one in the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials, the killer himself, knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So how could the killer have known about suspending the victim? That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple. The culprit isn't a copycat killer, it's the real Genocide Jack. That's right. There's evidence that Genocide Jack was hidden himself among the rest of us. And Genocide Jack really is. Such a brutal, fiendish killer really is walking around among us.
Interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it'd be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? Might just manage to ferret a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. Great information. Terrifying man. What a dick. I hate him so much. He's just such a little prick, and I don't like him. God,
I don't know why. Everyone is so passionate about how much they hate this man, and I'm just kind of like, whatever. He's just a cocky bitch. Whereas, there are so many other characters in this series that bother me so much more. My hatred for Teru Terrible in the second game.
Well, Teru Terrible and Hifumi are objectively awful. This guy's just a dick.
Whereas, with Byakuya, I kind of look at him the same way I look at other... for example, it's funny because their names sound similar, Bakugo.
Yeah.
I don't hate Bakugo, but Bakugo is an asshole, you know? But, it seems like people hate this man. You seem to... you said you hate this man.
It's just like...
I just find it interesting.
I don't like the way he looks down on other people. Granted, I respect the fact that he's kind of a big shot, but fuck, he's just such a dick.
I just look at it as the same way as Bakugo treats people like garbage.
Yeah, and I get that. He definitely perceives people beneath him because he literally is better than most people. Yeah, he's extremely spoiled, pompous, and pretentious. 100%. I think it's this it's just the kind of attitude that really bothers me, you know?
Yeah.
Ugh. About that Genocide Jack case file, could you let me see it? Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it here, but you can't take it with you. Suddenly my hand stopped. I reached the page where the photos of the scene of each crime had all been collected. The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran out on several pages. Ken Harada, 32, Tetsuhiro Honda, 17, Shoji Jaku, 23, Kano Issei, 14, Takeshi Yoshida, 30, Kamatsuna Taro, Takafumi Gono, Uchida Naohisha, Takeshi Masamune, Yuto Yubejima. There was no end to it. One thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended the exact same way. And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. Zoom out. Profiling results. All the crimes take place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays, in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness who has never come forward, it's unlikely there is an external reason for this.
Persona!
Hi, Jonas. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the resub. I really appreciate it. For 17 months, that is, what, a year and 5 months? That's a long time. That's a year and a half.
Crazy.
That's ridiculous. I don't believe that's real. Awu had some
Believe
spare
it.
scratch, so we're back. Listen, I love that we're back. I'm glad you have some spare scratch, as you put it. We appreciate, and I appreciate that you throw that at me, because I listen, for the emotes, I get it. It's worth it. I was waiting for you to be like, Katie, be like, my emotes, yay!
Yay!
There we go.
I didn't want to be like, yeah, it's worth it for my art.
Yeah. But how are you doing, Jonas? Long time no see. Any thoughts or feelings in regards to Final Fantasy? Is that's what I've been kind of like obsessing over the last like 4 days. Yes, Danganronpa. We are neck deep in case 2. The suspect may be potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder.
So in other words,
The key point here is that the culprit may well have split personality. Like kind of thing you see on TV. So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story, but this one was way more unbelievable than anything else up until now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb. And we have the... Okay, we should get going. Boy, I want to look around. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Wait, but this man is dragging my ass all over school. Well, this is where the part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden like that? Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we would be together the whole time? Yes! Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own. And he's gone. Just as quickly as he asked me to join him, he cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. Your fiance finished Final Fantasy, that's 14 last week. For an MMO, he says it's good and has a thriving RP community. Yeah, I've heard that. I've been itching to play 7 again because we own it, but haven't actually gotten to the point of beating it. We tried playing it a couple years ago, and I couldn't get... Like, too many other games came up, and I didn't have time for it, but I think I might have time for it finally, and I'm like, if I can just sink my teeth in that game and just, like, beat it. Like... Like, it's not that long. I think I could beat it, theoretically, in, you know, over the summer. I could beat Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think I could do it. It's shorter than Persona. Like, I could definitely beat that game. And then we could start the second one. But then, obviously, we could, like, take breaks between there, here and there, and, like, jump back into Kingdom Hearts, because we gotta beat the next Kingdom Hearts game as well. There's so many thriving games that I know people love that I'm finally getting my first taste of, and I love it, and I don't know how to... I don't have time for these games. Oh, my heart. Anyways, that's why we're trying to beat Danganronpa, because I want to beat Danganronpa and start another one of these series that people love. Genocide Jack is an instant character. Stereotype is an instant character. Yeah, I've already beaten both Danganronpa 1 and 2, and I've seen the third, which is the anime, so I know the rough, broad strokes of what happens, but I do not remember any of these details about how we actually get there. So that's why I'm like reliving the experience and having it so that I can revisit and people can revisit on my channel for all time. At the same time, I've uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack, he's the one that killed Chihiro. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? Let's find out no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go to investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have to come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Okay. Map. Do 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 do. Why are you here? I hate Hifumi. Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit. Another sad increase for me. Evidence? What did you find? I can't reveal that just yet, but I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Oh yeah, Miss Ludenberg said she'd witnessed something worthwhile too. Really? What did she see? She refuses to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right? Okay, so where's Celeste now? The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same time, not there. What's it gonna be? Okay, let's go deal with the boys' locker room first. This man is a rat. He is literally a rat. He is not useful or good or anything of the sort. What is this? Stain on the carpet. Okay. Popular boy band called Tornado. So that doesn't quite seem to fit in the boys' locker room. I agree. And we in the pool now. A room that would unalive you? Oh boy. Yeah. It's funny because when I was in high school, I didn't expect as many people that were in my grade, that were in my gym class. I didn't expect such a high volume of people who had never gone swimming before and never got like trained in swimming before. And there was a clear like division of like people who knew how to swim and people who did not know how to swim at all. And I was kind of like on the weird. I was like one of like maybe 5 people who were actually only in the middle, where it's like, you know, I didn't know how to swim confidently, but I had at least a few lessons under my belt. So it was kind of a weird place to be in. The big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. A girl's locker room doesn't seem quite the kind of place you'd find something like this. Boy, that reminds me, the poster in the other locker room is definitely something strange about this. The boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. And the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Posters could have been switched, but if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. Can't swim, you're also allergic to chlorine, and your reaction is to stop breathing, causing everything inside. Whoa.
Oh, that's not
That's
good.
awful. Holy crap. That's such a... As far as like allergies go, that's such a unique one. I don't think I've ever met or heard of anyone who's ever been allergic to chlorine. That's so specific. Dr. Sucker again.
Of course.
Oh crap! This is important. I spent a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura? I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together. Okay, then let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys' and girls' locker rooms could have been switched? The water parks, the pools for you. Jeez, that sucks. I mean, there's the worst things to be allergic to, but that's a pretty like rough one to have happen.
Yeah, like it doesn't impact your everyday life, but it definitely would impact like the water park thing sounds so sad. Like if all your friends were like, let's go to the water park, and you're just like, I can't.
Yeah, I'll die.
I'll die if I come with you, sorry.
Have fun.
That's so sad.
I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters. I see. But there is something that had been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. We have protein coffee? In the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but it don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee. I down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some of it on the carpet in the girls' locker room, and it left a stain. A stain? I don't see a stain on the carpet now. Exactly. I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone had came along and cleaned it up. But still, it isn't unusually clean, as if there was never a stain there to begin with. Huh. Dude, I remember so little and so much about this case. I'm like racking my brain. Made any progress in your investigation?
Indeed.
Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. But
so
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihira's body one more time, thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess I'll take a look at the body then. And Chihira's handbook is missing? It's nothing worth worrying about. You went to NYC with the boss man and a bunch of other friends for the eclipse in the last April, and there was a hot tub. Everyone was hanging out, and then I sat in a chair next to it so I could talk to everyone. Oh, that's so sad. So, is the smell of chlorine like bothersome, or is it the act of like being submerged within it?
Like the physical touch.
Yeah, like is it the like close proximity, or do you have to like were you like 6 feet apart, like full like COVID rules to chlorine? I'm sorry if I like asked you too many questions. This is just I'm very intrigued by this idea because it's like I've never, as I said, ever been like interacted with something like this before. Okay, let's go look at Chihira's body. Well, I better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihira's hands bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in kind of crucifix position. Huh? This rope has a plug. Wait, so then this isn't rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Fatal injury was a blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. As she were being suspended in the fatal blow. At first I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the Genocide Jack file, something is not quite right. What does this all mean? Status of the dead body has been added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Well, the only thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. Also to figure out that there's a certain place that I need to revisit to look over again. Plus I might need help to look at the Genocide Jack case file one more time. I like truth bullets. Oh. Okay. See, I don't remember any motives or anything right now, so my brain was like, is the Genocide Jack kill someone that we know? Could we, like, connect the dots there? Gonna go with no. Anything more to say? Nope. Same stuff. Okay. Let's head out. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong buttons. The keybinds for this game are very awkward. Oh god, it wants me to go to the archive and the library again, potentially? So just because I'm here doesn't mean that there's more information here. Let me check the boys' locker room again just one more time, just in case I forgot something. This is a situation where I don't fully remember. Let's look at the rug again. I wonder if that's the carpet from the other room. Like, being in water makes it kick in faster and I start wasting in 10 minutes or less and pass out. Being in a pool room, like in the one in the game, but not getting in the water will make it hard to breathe in about 30 minutes. And I have to leave or else I get dizzy, migraines, and so on. Interesting. Okay, so it's like if the enclosed area will make it like come on faster, but if you're in an open area with a hot tub outside and you're at least 60 away, like it might not be that bad because it's like filtering out the air.
That makes sense.
I mean, that makes sense with most allergies. Like that kind of just tracks.
Yeah. Although some people are super sensitive to their allergies. Like I remember, my friend who had a peanut allergy in college, I opened up like it wasn't really a cookie, it was like a chocolate caramel, like, it's kind of like a cookie, but it's more like a crunch, like a Rice Krispie, but it's not a Rice Krispie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some sort of crispy, crunchy thing like that. And he was like, oh, can you actually not eat that? Because I'm feeling a little weird from it. Like, and it didn't have peanuts in it at all, but like it probably had contamination. And I was just sitting next to him eating it. It wasn't like touching him or anything. And he was just like, that's bothering me.
Yeah. And I know obviously like they could be like higher sensitivity and lesser sensitivity, but it's like one of those weird things like depending on the allergy, like can be better or worse.
Yeah.
Keeps telling me something about Jen. I said, Jack, so I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimmy and I was getting pretty hungry. Oh, but don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toka's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating? A donut, of course. Of course. There's two things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with? She was a little bit strange. Didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something about similar earlier. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Yep, it's true. It wasn't just us either. It was just like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? Oh wait, maybe she was just getting used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You think so? Never really saw her as that kind of girl. I think we can bounce now. I don't think there's anything else we need from here. Bathroom, laundry, storage room, right? This is where Celestia is. God, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Celeste, what are you doing here? This is where a house is amazing. It is absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case? I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might just misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. Then you did find something. Very well, I'll tell you and only you. Last night I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What, really? This was right before nighttime. What are you doing out?
What are you doing out this late? Oh, I was just... Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
She stuffed the jacket in her bag in a hurry, and it was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly into the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this would ever have happened. Get what you deserve, I suppose. Apparently, I also hate her. I forgot how much she was just like, well, fuck her.
Yeah.
In order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag, Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying, which means the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Huh. I have not found a bag, track jacket, or nothing. Laundry room? By chance, do we see a track jacket in here? I do not. This is where I actually don't know all the answers anymore, so my brain has to try to solve the puzzle. Last time someone tried to dispose of something, they used the garbage room. Let me guess. Nice and empty. Well, I'm sure someone would be stupid enough to do the same way twice. If I was gonna dump a track jacket and bag, where would I throw that shit away? See, my instinct would be the pool. Or, like, hide it somewhere else? Oh. Huh. Oh, what is this room? Oh, this is the sauna room that the boys were competing in. Okay. See, my brain is just burning things is always the better way, because then it's hard to have evidence if it's burnt.
Mm-hmm.
Now the trick becomes, where the heck could the stuff be stashed? I don't actually remember. I talked to Hina. I talked to Celeste. Can talk to Kiyotaka again. Could check the library, the archive again. Let me go back to the gym pool area.
I feel.
Okay, maybe I check the lockers in here. I think there's supposed to be lockers, right? I can't click on the lockers. Anything else with the body I still gotta check? A plug. Ooh, wait! I wonder if that's the extension cord from the library that was used. Because if that's the case, that means the killer would have gone out here and gone to the library. Okay, so I'm good. So, because this was plugged in, I thought all the way to the wall. Wasn't this plugged all the way back here? Let me go back to this room. Get a box with missing an extension cable. Forgive me as I organize my food. Shoved in a vent? I don't even know what a vent would be shoved into. I can leave the archive, which implies that there's something I'm missing in the library. Let me check the lamp. Oh, there you go. Won't turn on. I see it's not plugged in. And the cord is not long enough to reach the outlet from here. Nope. That's because it used to have the extension cord. That's how we had the... Right. This is what I was trying to get access to. No extension cord now, and I wonder if... There we go. Okay. Still more you need to check. I know it wants me to click on something. I don't know what it wants me to click on. Oh. Taking a look at the case file. Oh. Oh. Byakuya took it out of the thing. God damn it.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall
Yeah.
we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for. The class trial. You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
Yep.
See you soon.
Yay.
Yahoo.
Get a class trial, or it's about to begin. Red door's right through there. I don't want to go. So I guess the evidence that Hifumi find might have been Chihiro's duffel bag. Because we didn't find it.
Alright.
Okay. So is everyone ready to... What? Am I blind or am I missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... Really don't remember? Kidding. I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of this class trial this time.
What are you gonna
Okie dokie. I'll go ahead and drag her out kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. And just like I said, a few minutes later, he appeared dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want you, but he forced me. I can't believe you drag a girl around. Terrible, you're terrible. So, now everyone's here, right? Okay, then, hustle into the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm, and meek. Never did any problems with her. Someone made a choice to kill a girl like that. That murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. Hair? Was it you? You doing this?
Well,
I will uncover the villain who performs such heinous acts on a weaker individual. I don't know why the killer did what they did, but I'm sure it'll work itself out. Justice always prevails, right, bro?
Shall we go?
hey,
Fucking
come
Toko,
on.
man. What's got her so worked up? I gave you plenty to work with. Shows how far your logic can take you. There's something odd about Toko's behavior. I don't think that mere shock is enough to explain it. I guess it wasn't much help at all on this one. And here we go. No choice, we have to do this, right?
It's true.
Yes. I gave a small non-reply. With one last deep breath, I walked toward the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everything was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions. I couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as it went deeper, the uneasiness of my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally, it came to a sudden stop. And with that, I actually think I'm going to have to call this stream a little short. I know it's a super, super short stream, but
Oh.
for whatever reason, my stomach's starting to make me feel a little nauseous. So I'm just going to take a step back and... oh, I got to tell the game to shut up. Yeah. I'm going to go figure out what's happening in my body, and then we'll come back, and I'll... Because the stream is short, I will definitely do more Danganronpa on Friday this week. So, and then we can finish more on Sunday, potentially. Or I might start something new on Sunday, we'll see. But I'm going to try to get Danganronpa done later this week as well. I'm super sorry for this short stream, but like as I said, my stomach is acting up, and I don't want you guys to be sitting around waiting, especially on the YouTube VODs. So thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you all real soon. Yeah, I'm going to go make sure my body isn't dying in the process. Take care, all. Bye!